Good afternoon, everyone. So we have enough strength to get the thing started. Actually, okay. So let me just go to the where actually we have left. Yep. Okay. So I hope I had covered in some of the example which are implemented in wxPython, and last time I do remember I have covered few examples which has been implemented using JNTUK. So let me just share my screen first of all. Yep, PPT, and then we can see. So now I hope this particular slide, so you guys are pretty much familiar with this. If yes, then please we can move on to the next. Okay, so just wanted to aware about you. Today's agenda is okay. First of all, how many of you wanted to make, or maybe you can say how many of you want to create their own browser? So just I wanted to get some hands who can tell, like, okay sir, we want to implement our own browser. So how many of you are interested in that, to making their own browser? Guys, please show your interest so that we can implement some browser, and we can provide our services to the people, because you have learned so much. Okay, even in GUI, truly speaking, nobody covers this much what I have covered so far. Okay, and what I'm thinking, like, even I have I have taken some sort of you can say like time apart from my usual time, and I went through the some implementation, and I have found, like, means it's better to create, or better to build our own browser instead of using some others. Anyway, that is a it's a broader way. It's a lot more to go for that, but still, at least you should be able to build the browser GUI. Okay, apart from that, if anybody would be interesting, maybe interested in building what MP3 player, or maybe VLC player, some sort of a media player, you can say. Okay, so that is also a pretty much simple. Okay, at least you should know what all things are available on media player. If I'm gonna build media player GUI, what all things has to be there? So truly speaking, this is very simple, and their GUI is also a bit simple. Just you have to think some, you have to think about what all things are to be placed in that GUI, where exactly things has to be placed, what all event has to be triggered, what all event has to happen. Okay, on the basis only you guys could able to write something on that. Now so quickly we can just cover a bit, one more slice or two slides hardly, and then we can quickly jump into the our today's one application which I'm gonna cover with you. First, I'm thinking, like, I will cover some sort of media player. Okay, I'm trying to build that media player for you all, and then we can move on to some browser. Okay, so I hope this particular slides you guys are pretty much familiar. So let me just cover yeah. So here, working application, let us have a look into the mp3 tag editor. Here I am just trying to mention tag editor. I thought first, to get this, truly speaking, I have almost implemented 2 3 different application as well. Okay, but that is not actually a complete application which I would like to show you. But yeah, if you guys will be interested quite a bit, then I would rather than showing this mp3 player, I would show mp3 tag, but it is pretty much similar to that, so don't worry about it. Now, to make a design, okay, what are you gonna do that? So you have to first think about what exactly the user interface has to be, how does it look like. You have to create some sort of a sketch on your mind, or maybe you must have some visual idea about it. Okay, so we have to get some functionality on that. that is for the media, basically when you try to build some tag editor. Okay, I'm not building tag editor, I'm trying to build some media player. Okay, some in working, you can say example or applications. So we have, few widgets which are, available in our toolkit, which are pretty much, or you can say frequently used widgets in our toolkit is nothing but the grid and list control. So now this is what just introduction, guys. Before moving on to that application which I wanted to, build for you all, I'm assuming everybody would be, understanding so far what I have, taught you guys. So guys, if you still, you know any doubt you guys persist, please do let me know, because, when I move on to the application building, truly speaking, it's a very, not to say very, but yeah, it's a quite large number of codes, or maybe lines of a code is quite more. So it would be better if you would ask right away, and so that we can jump into that, and then we would be having the same flow. So entire my during class, this particular class, today's class. Okay, so guys, just wanted to ask if there is anyone who is having any doubt, who is having any issue, please raise it right away, otherwise we will move on. Okay, so I'm trying to give you some, seconds to you all. Guys, please just raise with me whether you have some issue with, GUI. The moment I started GUI, do you have anything of it, or what else exactly do you guys require? And yeah, apart from that, tomorrow what I'm thinking from everybody, okay, you guys can come up with some topic name, okay, which you would like to, recall, or which you would like to learn more about it. So it's CR's duty or their job to collect this data. How many people want to, get more information about particular topic, or maybe they want, more information about dictionary. They want more exercise on dictionary. They want more exercise on set. All the topic which I have covered so far, I want this kind of exercise from, your CRs, and you, each and everyone has to, provide their feedback. So it's my sincere request to everyone, because we have been, it's been almost 2 months or so, we have been in touch, you guys are listening to me properly, and everything coming, comes out. I do remember, even I have suggested at least 4 5 people from you all, from your all batch. I am trying my best to get some internship if possible. Okay, but yeah, at least the moment I started, or maybe after 10 15 days, I had a thought like, these guys are not doing well. These guys are not at all good. Now I must say, there are 15 to 20 people who are putting their effort, and out of that there are 5 to 7 people are who are really brilliant. So I don't want to lose them, and that is why I'm trying my best to get some internship for them. Let's see how exactly that goes. Okay, so that is also going on, but yeah, I just wanted to clear you one thing. Please, if you guys wanted to learn something more on some topic which you thought like, no, so sir has not covered well, or maybe he has left, or maybe you feel like, sir, you have to repeat this particular, please come up with that topic. It's all CR's duty to collect that and send me, sir, this is what topic they want, they are interested to do again. Okay, so this kind of activity which need to be performed by CRs. Apart from that, for you all, I'm not getting any responses from anyone. So let me just share my, spider notebook, and then I will, quickly move on to the MP3 player. Okay, so let me just move on to, so guys, this is nothing but the spider, and here I have just created something like a program for a UI. Basically it's a player, MP3 player, you can say. Now, so first of all, how do you start? So truly speaking, first of all, you have to make the class, which is nothing but the example. But before that, you have to here somewhere in the around where main starts, here you have to write like this. So here app, which will launch that dot app, and then example is nothing but my calling of my current function, and then I'm passing here none, and x dot show here app dot main loop. Okay, so this is nothing but a 4 steps to initialize everything, something like this. Okay, and then after that, if you will see here, I am calling example and passing none. So example is nothing but my function which I have created here so far. So let me just go back to that function. Yes, example, you can see here. Now here we will write our own code. Okay, we will do everything what we would like to do in our mp3 player, or maybe UI of a player. Okay, so let me just, yes, now, so here let me just start from the beginning. So we have first of all initialization. Okay, I have done some sort of initialization. Okay, init UI also here. Now it is calling init UI. Now if you will go to the here, it is calling self dot create menu bar. So first of all you have to create menu bar. Now for this is nothing but your function, so it will call the function which is nothing but create menu bar. So you, if you will go down, you will get create menu bar here somewhere. Now what all things are present in my menu bar? So I need to get menu bar. Okay, I need to get menu, I need to get another menu which is nothing but so I am basically creating one menu bar, in which inside I am creating some menu. So file is my one kind of menu, play is my one kind of menu, view is my another type of menu, tools is another type of favorite is another type of menu. And then what I'm trying to do, in the help I'm trying to write wx start menu. Getting? So this is what this is nothing but our menu bar. Okay, so these are the functionality or the features which has to come up in a menu actually. So basically it's a complete menu bar, and then we have different menus available. So file, play, view, tools, and favorite. And so these kind of our menu actually. Now here I have written file m where exactly this one, and inside this I am trying to append something is what I'm trying to append a quit and quit application. So when I click on the file part, it will show you file dot file is having quit and then quit application. Okay, so that is what, if any id is there, then you have to make it quit and quit application. Now member dot application, which is nothing but the prim, which is nothing but what. So now what I'm trying to say, member is nothing but sorry, menu bar is nothing but the bar which we have used previously. So that one also here we are trying to use. So here menu bar, we are saying it's menu bar dot append, and then we are providing each and everything. So file name basically, so file m I have written here, and then play, and then we have member dot basically append and play. And what exactly you wanted to show them, it's written on the right side. Now here menu bar is somewhere here I have already taken. So this menu bar I am using, so I am trying to append here file. These are the things which I wanted to attach on a menu bar. So suppose this is nothing but the my menu bar, so this is nothing but my menu bar. Here I am trying to attach these things. file, play, view, tools, favorite, and help, these kind of things. And now in set menu bar, I'm just trying to call this menu bar. Okay, now after this, let me just go to the after the create menu bar. So here, once you have created the menu bar, you have already shown the program which we have written for it. Then we have gone to the panel where I have just written wx.panel, and then panel 1 nothing is being used like wx.panel, and then we have to use panel 1, which is nothing but I have again created one more panel, and then I'm trying to set some background color here. Background color I have set it as in black. Okay, and then wx.panel here also. Now after sliders, and we have written slider 1. I will show you what exactly the slider is and how does it looks like. So slider is having the one which you suppose in media player you wanted to forward your song, or maybe you wanted to start after few seconds or few minutes. So that slider you need to slide in between. So here I am just taking that slider, and I'm trying to give the minimum value as a 0, maximum value as in 1000, and then here value is nothing but here written as an 80. Now this slider will be there. Okay, so where this particular slider will lie and where exactly that has to be. Now we will look into that after some point of time. Now if you will see here, what I have written is pause, play, forward, and back, and volume. So you can see these are the nothing but the kind of button, or maybe you can say like it's a kind of I am trying to map button with their functionality. So each button having some their functionality, some functionality. So I'm trying to map that. So here what I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to call bitmap button. So bitmap button generally takes in image kind of thing. You have to place that image and it will perform the action on that image. Okay, when we try to call it. So even in bitmap, I am trying to call the wx.bitmap where I'm trying to load some images. So basically images are present in where inside the images folder. Okay, so these are the images which you will see when I will run this program, and you would be able to see that. Okay, now apart from that, here you can say I have another slider. Okay, a slider 2, same slider you can say like, but here something is different than you can see. So here my slider 2, which is nothing but the size I have given 120 comma -1. Okay, and this has minimum value is 0, maximum value is 100, means this is a smaller slider. Okay, we will see where exactly this slider lies, but yeah, for the time being at least you should aware about we have used two sliders. Okay, now we have another v box where I am trying to write wx dot box size, where I have written wx dot vertical, wx dot horizontal, okay, wx dot box sizer, and like that. Okay, now here if you will see here hbox1 dot add, what I have written, I have written slider 1 comma proportion, okay, which is nothing but 1, and hbox2 is dot add, which is written as pause. Okay, so what exactly it says, I have created one box. Okay, in that I am trying to box has been created horizontally actually. So now there is two kind of a box which I have created. One is horizontal and one is vertical. Now in horizontal box, I am trying to create one slider as well. So in my horizontal box, this slider has to be placed. Okay. And in my box 2, which is nothing but also a horizontal, but that is a different box. In that box, I'm trying to provide these all buttons. So add, sorry, play, pause, forward, back, these are the button has to be present in you in my second one. Second one I said, well, that means my box 2. Okay. Now apart from that, if you will see here, we have written a minus 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 one proportion 1. So that is nothing but the I just wanted to align something there. Okay. Apart from there that, I have something called a slider 2, where means where exactly slider 2 I have placed. So if you will see, I have yesterday I have talked about this pipe, how where exactly the pipe has been used to mention multiple condition, or to mention multiple, you know you can say like multiple, what we can say, to mention multiple things at once in a one place, or maybe you can say like it's a kind of or, either this either that, something like this, the options you wanted to give to flag. So in this here it is being mentioned, you have to take slider 2 is in top, and you have to take that is in top left. Okay. Or maybe it depends like how exactly you can interpret that. Apart from that, if you will quickly move on. Okay. You must have you are able to see, like I have even mentioned vertical box as well. In vertical box, I have just mentioned like h box 1 as well as h box 2. So this vertical box, I have to place my these horizontal boxes. Okay. And there also I have mentioned flag as in expand as in bottom. Okay. If you will see here, I have clearly mentioned expand as well as in bottom. Now after that, if you will see, we have a panel call. Okay. There I am trying to setting my size. If you will go quickly move on to the next, we have another sorry, after the panel we have nothing but the sizer, and I have covered this as well. Sizer is what, when you don't want to fix any sizes, means your size has to be dynamic. Okay. Then this kind of sizer is being used. Now in sizer, I have clearly mentioned wx dot vertical. Okay. And then that means your size would increase or decrease through vertically. And then I am trying to add two different panel. What all panels I am using, I am using here two panels. Those two panels has to be added on this sizer. And then proportion I have mentioned here by 1 as well as flag, which is required to expand. We have mentioned as in wx dot expand. Now the same thing I have done on in case of panel 2 as well. And then I have just mentioned as in you have to minimize, or maybe you have to set the minimum size actually. So I have just set the minimum size using set min size function. There I'm trying to pass 350, and this is nothing but you can say like it's a built-in one. Now create status bar, I have just called the function called as create status bar. If you would like to see the create status bar, I would like to take you through that. Now create status bar is nothing but our built-in. I'm just trying to use here create status bar, which is nothing but the built-in status bar. And if you wanted to modify, you can customize that. You can pass an argument. Here I have just passed the default argument, but you can pass your modified one or your customized one. Okay. After that, what we have? After that, what we have, guys? I don't know how many of slept so far, because it's a it's an entirely coding based exercise or application which you can say. Here again I have just set the title as an player, or maybe if you want you can write something like player UI or whatever, means it depends on you what you wanted to write here. And everything has to be on center. Now everything is done. Now menu bar is already being created and everything is done. Now here the code will start from here, it will call to the main, then it will call to the example, and then it will call again next dot show. Okay, so let me just run this. Let me save it first. Wow, good. It's a pretty decent one. Uh, Guys, are you able to see or not? Player, guys, I am
Yes, sir.
asking. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Now I'm just trying to maximize it. Now guys, if you are able to correlate, or maybe if you are able to visualize properly, same kind of a player looks like VLC. Instead of black screen you might have put some screen which is nothing but the kind of cone shape VLC, the symbol of VLC. Guys, are you agree with me? This is nothing but exactly similar to the media player which you guys are using. Is it or not? Just tell me. If yes, then please tell me. So, guys, I was talking about. Yes. Thank you so much for acknowledging me. Yeah. If you will see here, this is nothing but even I must now I'm gonna show you what all panel, what all sliders, where all sliders, what all buttons we have used, where what all menu bars we have used. So, guys, we have used here nothing but the two sliders. So first sliders is this one and second slider is this one. Okay, so if you wanted to move on to maybe you can keep it here. If you want to increase the value size you can keep it here. Okay, now this is how your slider 2 has been used. And now in file, if you will click on file, you will see the quit. Okay, in play I haven't defined anything. In view I haven't written anything. In tool I haven't done anything. Even in help I haven't done anything. Here my stop button, okay, my resume button, then play button, then move forward, back, or maybe one forward, one backward. These kind of a button are there. Now let me again minimize this, and now I would go line by line into the code. Okay, so I don't know how many of you remember my lines of a code, but yeah. So let me just give you a more brief. So I'm trying to get these two image into the same. Okay, here I hope I will get. Guys, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are parallelly able to see my UI player and as well as my code. Is it here? Is there or not? You guys are able to see or not? Both things. Because I want to correlate, I want to give the proper explanation for this player, and each line I will say where exactly what I have written. Guys, just acknowledge me if you are able to see the player UI, the one which I have created, as well as my code.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, thank you. So let me just go back to the code. Sorry, player. Yeah. Now, guys, I am going line by line. Just listen to me carefully. Now, if you will see here, I have used panel 1 and panel 2, and in between I have used set background color, which is I have mentioned black. Now if you will clearly see, panel 2 which I have used here is nothing but my bottom one. Okay, after the black color, if you will see, after the black color, rest of the things are comes in my panel 2, and above part is nothing but my panel 1. Okay, so now if we will look here, slider 1, line number 31, slider 1 I have used here panel 2. So that is what I said. So below 1 I have used as in panel 2. All the buttons, all the sliders, everything comes in a panel 2. In panel 2 I have used slider 1. So slider 1, which I am trying to define as minimum value is 0, maximum value is 1000. So that is nothing but the control of your song basically. So if you will see here, I have mentioned play, pause, forward, back, volume. These kind of a button are present in my panel 2. So here, if you will see in line number 31 and 32, if you are able to see, I have every time I have repeated panel 2, panel 2, panel 2, panel 2, panel 2, because these are things available only on panel 2. Okay, and here slider 2, which I have mentioned here, which is being used for the volume, you can see here I have mentioned the minimum value is 0, that is fine, but maximum value is not going beyond 100. Okay, so that means you are able to see what I am trying to do here is I am trying to correlate each UI with my code, so that everybody get proper clarity how exactly I have coded. Okay, if you will see what V box, which is nothing but the vertical box, there I have mentioned wx dot box sizer. Now here that is vertical box, and then I have used two horizontal box, which is nothing but the box 1 and box 2. Okay, now after that, if you will see here, I have used two more things in each box, or maybe you can say like in horizontal box what all things are available. So in horizontal box 1 I have used slider 1. So this is my slider 1. So I have used horizontal box in slider 1. Okay, so in horizontal box what I am trying to do is proportion I have used 1. Then in horizontal box 2 I have added pause button. So my horizontal box, this is nothing but my horizontal box, here I have used what? Pause button. So pause button is what? This one or this one? Anyone? Okay, and both are there in my horizontal to horizontal box. Now even a play and forward also are placed on my horizontal box. So here I have clearly mentioned play button has to be on the right. So this is nothing but my play button, and this is my forward button. This one is my forward button, which has to be on my left side. Okay, that is also present in my back. Basically you can say like my horizontal box 2. Now in horizontal box 2 I have added even a back button. Back button is what? This one is my back button. In my horizontal box 2 we have added something called as minus minus 1, and then proportion is equal to 1. So I am trying to exist, maybe I'm trying to you know basically I am trying to exist my box. So I wanted to move slider or maybe move backward to get proper position of my horizontal boxes, which is nothing but here is 2. Now in horizontal box 2 only I am trying to add slider 2, and slider 2 I have clearly mentioned has to be on the top and in the left side. Okay, so border, even I am trying to give the 5, border size has to be 5. If you wanted to increase the border size, you can increase that. Now in vertical box I have added my all both the horizontal boxes. Okay, now here I am writing panel 2 dot set sizer. So in panel 2 we have set sizer as in vertical box. So panel 2 when I say, and my set sizer is nothing but the what V box. So panel 2, do you know what exactly it is, and vertical box is what? Anyone? Guys, I have used two panel. You are already aware about it. Now in panel 2 I'm trying to add I'm trying to set the size and with vertical box. Okay, So vertical box is your entire box where your horizontal boxes are present. Okay. Now again, if you will move further, you can see here sizer, which is nothing but the wx.box sizer, where I have mentioned wx.vertical. Now in sizer, I have again kept, because see, when I have maximized this entire UI, you might have seen like my things are not being changed. It's just the size has been increased, and my buttons and my everything has to be placed on the same place. Now, so that is why I have used, this is nothing but the dynamic sizer. So sizer dot add, I have used panel 1, panel 2, proportion, and here I have mentioned like even I have specified flag as an expand. Okay. Now if you will move down here, you can see here sizer dot add, where panel 1 and panel 2 proportion, which I have already talked to you. Now here set minimum size. Okay, so I'm trying to set the minimum size here. Create status bar. So anyone can tell me what exactly the status bar here it is? Anyone? Okay. Apart from that, can somebody tell me the size 350, 200, what exactly the size was? No one? Okay. By default, what size it will come? So that is what mentioned here. Okay. And here I have clearly mentioned you have to place it in a center. Everything has to be in center. So this entire coding has been done. Now, after that, we have to create menu bar. So to correlate the menu bar, what all things are available in my menu bar? You can see here we have file. So I have created first of all menu bar, and then we have file, play, then play is also in menu, view is also in menu, tools is also in menu, favorite is also in menu, and help is also in menu. Now if you will see here, I am trying to append here file m dot append wx id. I am giving any, and quit. So quit application. So here if you will go to file, I am getting quit only. Okay. If you want more, you can just try to mention more. Okay. So this is nothing but the quit application. If you wanted to quit your application, if you want, if all you want like, sir, we want all more thing into the file, then I can add something more. Okay. After that, in my menu bar, I have just mentioned file, play, view, tools, favorite, and help. Okay. Guys, are you able to see? So this is nothing but the menu. Here I have mentioned all the menu into this, and then I have you try to use everything into this, and then you have to just call the set menu bar, and then you have to call menu bar. Now here I'm just trying to change something. So even here in file m, I wanted to add something more. So let me stop this. So here I'm gonna write like this. So instead of cute, I want first of all I want file to be save. Let's say I want to make it save. I'm trying to write save. So here I'm trying to specify what save file, save file. Okay, guys, this extra thing which I wanted to create inside that, and so far append is everything fine. In favorite, I haven't mentioned anything. In tools, I would like to add something more. So, or in view, or in file. Okay, let me add something on play. So here let me run this again. Now I don't know how many of you are able to see my both screen. Okay, everybody would be able to see. Now here in file you must have seen here save and quit. You can say I have added save and see why I have mentioned save file, so that you can get in the top bottom, or you can say like bottom left, you can see I have mentioned here save file in quit application, so that user can get some idea what exactly I wanted to do with this particular functionality. In the same manner, I would like to, if you want something on the play, if you want something on a view, if you want something on a tool, you can write that. Okay, in a favorite, in a help, or based on your need. So I suppose you guys are pretty much interested to add something more on this, then how would you like to do that? So let me just, in a tool I wanted to add something, so I'm gonna write here now. Here I wanted to add something on a tools, so I'm gonna write here something on a tools, like tools dot append, tools dot append. Here id is anyone. Now in tools you want something called as what? Anyone can suggest in tools what we can write? Tell me what you want in tools, what you want. Okay, in tools let me write just review, or maybe you can say like a review, let's say review, and then you wanted something called as maybe you can say like formula. So here you can means you can write some formula, you can just write formula, and here I'm trying to write some review, write some review. Yeah, now let me run again so that you can able to see. So first of all, before running, I would like to show you what exactly in I have added this in where tools. In tools, if I will click, I am getting nothing, so let me close this. And now after this I would like to run this. So now you will get two different functionality in that, so let me see how exactly we are getting that. Yes, so file we would be able to get the two things. Now in tools we are getting review, write some review formulas. So in this way, all the features, all the functionality you can add. Okay, you would be able to see that. Now guys, anyone can give a guess how exactly we are getting this forward button, stop button, and this move forward and backward button, and this volume, how exactly we are getting this? Anyone, any guesses? Anyone, any guesses? Guys, I keep on it has been more than 45 minutes, 50 minutes, 45 minutes, I keep on speaking, and I would like to ask one thing from you all. Just give me what exactly present in this one. So how I get these kind of buttons? How can somebody can tell me the answer? Anyone, please speak loudly. If you wanted to speak, please suggest me why and from where we get this. Anyone, any guesses? Guys, you have 50 plus strengths and you are not responding. Oh, is it? So somebody has suggested in program we have written forward and backward. Okay, that is perfectly fine. But what exactly I have used there? Anyone? Thank you so much who has responded this by saying in program we have, we wrote forward backward. Guys, I am just asking you, how do we get what exactly I have written to get this stop button, play button. So this entire media player I have created for you all. Okay, the way you can see you generally play your music. So when you play your music, you will get your media. Okay, and here you will get you wanted to stop something, you wanted to again play, and you wanted to listen next song, and then you wanted to move to your previous song, and then you wanted to listen that. So I just wanted to know from you all, how do I get these kind of this functionality? What exactly a code I have written for that? Okay, somebody has written bitmap. In program we have ordered horizontal boxes. Okay, okay, okay. So somebody has done perfectly right, somebody has said perfectly fine. So few people have said bitmap button. Okay, so actually it's nothing but the functionality in which I have called this as in picture. So you know what exactly, I have created some images for these buttons, and I have saved this all images into my local system. So to clear everyone's doubt, I would like to go to the location where exactly I have written this. So now bitmap. So that is what I have used here. Bitmap button. So you can see here I have clearly mentioned images slash pause.png. So somewhere I have saved this image. This pause image I have saved on my system, and then I have tried to use here. This images, play images I have saved somewhere. Now forward also I have saved somewhere. Backward also I have saved somewhere. Volume also I have saved somewhere. So guys, that is what I was asking, because these pictures I have saved. Okay, prior to this program I have saved this. Okay, so that I can use. Otherwise you would be not able to correlate why we are getting this, because that is not by default. This picture is being created by you all. Okay, are you getting my point? So that means we are using few images to get play, pause, and forward and backward button. Okay, and even in slider 1 and slider 2 we really don't require to save any image, because these are nothing but the one which is quite move on, or maybe which is keep, you have to keep press this button and you have to slide move on. So this is nothing but the already built-in functionality available on a slider, where exactly you can specify minimum value and the maximum value. Guys, after this, can somebody tell me, is there any doubt? Anyone is having any doubt so far? Guys, I want response. So, is there any doubt? No. If you will say no, then it would be good. But you have to reply me by saying, okay, can somebody tell me? Okay, first of all, I want some acknowledgement from everyone. At least I should get few acknowledgements so that I can ask something. How many of you are saying like we do not have any doubt? You guys are raising your hand or you guys are just acknowledging me using the ping? No? Yes or no? Okay, somebody has asked, can you please explain the 49th line number? Okay. Now guys, you can see here 49 line. Before that, there is line number 48, which is nothing but the box 2. Here, box 2, I have added back button. Okay. Are you able to see? Now, in box 2, I have added back, and in box 2, I have added even forward. Okay. Now, if you will see here, I have added minus 1, minus 1 proportion. Okay. And here after that, I have written hbox2 dot add volume. So after this entire box, okay, you have created some space, or that proportion has to be quite 1. Even though in slider 1 you have seen I have written in slider 1 I have written as in proportion 1. So there is some gap between these. So that means after you write this, you need some gap between these. Okay. 536 roll number, you have asked me this. Did you get my point or not? Okay, sir. Okay, fine. So still, anyone is having any doubt? Otherwise, I would like to ask one last question from everyone. Okay. Anyone? So far, anyone wants to come up with their questions? Please ask me. Otherwise, I would like to ask one thing. Anyone, please do raise your voice, do raise your hand. Okay. No, so far no one is trying to raise. Okay, let me maximize my screen. Now everybody would be able to see this. Now, do you think we got anything change on this? No, because my slider is being what is being dynamic size. Okay, my these button are nothing but the fixed. My this entire black screen is getting stressed, and my everything is getting stressed over this code, but my these buttons and my volume key or basically sliders are not getting increased. So one slider is fixed and then another slider is not being fixed. So if I will minimize this again and I will see what exactly I have written for this. So what I have written here, you can see slider 2 and slider 1. So in slider 2, what I have written, top left. Okay, here I want everything to be in the left. Okay, and then border is my 5. Now I am trying to do some changes on this. Please have patience. I am trying to write here 15 border or maybe 10 instead of 5, and here I am writing left. Instead of left, I wanted to write here right. Now let me run this. Guys, are you able to see any differences? No or yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What exactly the difference is? What exactly the difference do you see?
In sound button.
Okay, in sound button. But I haven't done any change on sound button. I have done changes on a slider too. Somebody has pinged me that volume button is large. No, guys, you must have seen this is not coming up in the middle of this. Earlier, it was in the proper position and it was aligned with you my volume button. But now it is drilled a bit down, and then you can see this. Okay, so let me again go back to this, and then let me take my 5 here, and instead of right, I am gonna write here left. Let's see. Yes. Now you can see here my slider is in the middle of volume button. Here we got some space. Even in here after this I got some space. So that is why proper alignment is very necessary, and it is very important to know that where exactly what exactly we need to place. So it would require some time for you to get expertise in this, but at least you should aware about what exactly the parameter which we wanted to modify for this. Okay, guys, with this, I would like to, close my today's session, and hope you have enjoyed, of course, you feel a bit proud because you would be able to, create the player UI, which is, sometimes you may feel like how exactly it looks like, how exactly the code behind it, but somehow you felt very good because you would be able to create that. Okay, guys, so for this, for today's, actually I wanted to close my session. Thank you so much for the attending my session. Thank you all. We will meet you tomorrow. Bye bye.